What's up guys, it's PokeOBG with an updated Pokemon Randomizer video. It's been a little bit over a year since I posted the original one. I thought for the most part it's pretty well explained, and I think I've helped out a good amount of people. But there are still some people that are just having some confusion with it, so I'm going to go ahead and separate all the randomizer stuff into two different videos. This one's going to be for the DS versions, and I will be making one for the 3DS version of Pokemon games as well, because those require separate programs. But for this video itself, DS games only, does not work on the Mac, at least not to my knowledge. And yeah, we'll only be working on the Windows, so let's go ahead and get started. One thing before we go ahead and get started, I am streaming every single series of Pokemon on Kick, so if you guys want to be part of those videos or anything like that, make sure you guys leave me a follow over there. Also subscribe here. As of right now, we're still on the road to 1,000 subscribers so we can get YouTube partner. We hopefully might reach that goal before this video even goes live, but if you guys like the content, hopefully you'll stick around and watch all of our playthroughs. We're doing Pokemon Infinite Fusion and Pokemon and Nil as of right now, and we will be utilizing randomizers pretty soon, hopefully maybe doing some Nuzlockes or just randomizers in general sometime soon on stream as well. So check me out over there, subscribe here. Now we can officially get started. So when it comes to doing Pokemon randomizers, there's three things you're gonna need. I will link every one of these, all three, in the description. Everything you need will be there for you already, and I'll even show you this right here. I've got my own Mediafire account where I'm uploading my stuff. As you guys can see, I've helped out with the original video. 20,000, is that what it is? Yeah, 20,000 plus downloads for Desmumi, which is the emulator. We've also got the Randomizer, which is at 33,000 plus downloads. So I've already done this before, same ones, they're still being utilized today. I'm just doing an update video to make sure you guys utilize this as well as you can. I've also got Pokemon and Nil and Pokemon Infinite Fusions up here. Videos will be somewhere on the cards or in the description if you guys want to download those games as well. They're their own files within themselves, so you don't need to do anything extra for those. But for this one, you do need Desmumi, like I said, link in the description. Randomizer application, link also in the description, and the third and final thing is the Pokemon game that you want to play. I normally utilize Pokemon Soul Silver and Heart Gold along with Diamond. These are the main ones that I play when it comes to the DS versions. Go ahead and pick whichever one you enjoy the most. That's completely up to you, but pick the game you're going to go ahead and select. Click it. And then from here, this section alone, I'm showing you just so you're aware. I'll move it over so the camera's not in the way. Save game. You click this one and it'll start the download for you. Don't click anything else. Don't get anything crazy. Here, I'll even do it now. See what happens. Starting in 5 seconds. I'll let it start. Then I'm going to cancel it because I already have it downloaded. But it starts up right here and it doesn't even take too long. I'm going to go ahead and cancel because, like I said, I already have it myself in my own folder where I store all of these things. But that's all you got to do. I know people are very cautious, they get scared, they don't want to get viruses, so I went ahead and did it for you. I clicked the download, I canceled it because I already have it. It's safe. This is the way that I do it, and I haven't had any issues, thankfully. So we're gonna go ahead and continue. Mediafire links, like I said, in the description for Desmumi and the Randomizer application, along with this link for whatever specific Pokemon game you want to download. I'm going to close that out for now because I've already got the apps right here. Randomizer, Desmumi, and I've got some Pokemon games already saved here. Pokemon Black, Heart Gold, Platinum, Soul Silver. Just to count some of the ones that I've already got. Obviously, I'm just not realizing you couldn't see, but I have them right here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start with Desmumi, just so you guys can see how the application itself runs. We're going to open up the ROM for the original Pokemon Soul Silver, just so you can see. It's the basic game. It runs it perfectly fine. And yeah, I'll go ahead and wait for it to load up, and we'll go from there. Pokemon Soul Silver version. Enter. I don't remember what I did last on this one. Okay, I've got some decent time on here. And looks like this is where I ended up in the last section with these being my Pokemon. I think I did this on stream as well. I don't really remember. Just a normal playthrough when I was on Twitch. On Kick now, link in the description. But yeah, as you can see, Soul Silver is working. So we can go ahead and close that out. We're not playing that. We want to do the randomizer, which is what we're here for. Before we get started, there's the one thing you need to do so that way everything works for you perfectly. Open up the randomizer. We already saw that that file that I showed you was the original game without anything. They all seem like regular Pokemon from the regular playthrough. We're gonna go ahead and open up the randomizer application, open ROM, Soul Silver, and we're selecting this one, open, and it loads it up. The whole game is already loaded up. Next thing we got to do is select the settings that we want for our particular playthrough. So it gets broken down into multiple things: Pokemon traits, starters, moves, trainer Pokemon, wild Pokemon, TMs, field items, and then miscellaneous tweaks. For the Pokemon traits, I'm gonna just do a quick glance and make sure I'm not doing anything. You can randomize evolutions. I personally would not do it. You can change impossible evolutions. In this case, when you turn that on, you can evolve Pokemon that are supposed to be via trade. Since you can't trade with these games because there's no internet section to it, this is the way that you can get Pokemon like Alakazam, Gengar, anything that needs to be traded for that evolution. Next up is the stats. Me, I leave it as is, but if you want random stats for each Pokemon, you select the randomize option, and then also Pokemon abilities, you can randomize as well, along with allowing Wonder Guard to be one, and then you can ban trapping abilities or negative abilities. Again, I normally don't change any of these. I normally would just do that impossible Evos. They also got Pokemon types. You can randomize that completely or and then for it to follow through evolutions. So that's something you can consider if you want it to be like a crazy kind of randomization. Is that a word? Randomization. I guess so. Next up, starters. This is the big one. This is what you really want. Once you do that, you don't do custom. You can do custom. If you want to get a specific Pokemon off rip, you'll do custom. But in this case, you can do a randomize completely. Randomize the entire Pokedex for the game. Or randomize with Pokemon that have 2 evolutions to give it that starter-esque vibe. Normally, if you want to get the chance of getting a legendary or anything like that, you want to go with the random completely. Static Pokemon, that being legendaries or wandering Pokemon that you meet through the story, it'll randomize those either completely from, I don't know, a Lugia to a Magikarp, or you can do legendary to legendary or normal to normal. So in this case, instead of a Lugia, you might get a Raikou, a Mewtwo, something crazy like that. Normally I would do random legendary to legendary. Next up would be the in-game trades option. You can leave it unchanged, get whatever Pokemon they trade you if you already know which one it is and you are looking for that specific Pokemon. Otherwise, they can give you a random Pokemon when you do that trade. They still require the same Pokemon that they ask for in game, or you can make it to where they randomize the Pokemon they ask for and the Pokemon that they give you. So for an example, instead of them wanting a Pidgey for like a Spearow, which would be the original in-game trade, they'll ask you for a, I don't know, Bidoof in exchange for a Ho-Oh or something crazy like that. Typically, I normally don't do the in-game trades, but it would be kind of cool and interesting to see what they ask for and what they trade you, so randomize those if you want to. Next up will be the moves and movesets. You can go ahead and mess with this. These I typically don't like to do. I let it be what it is, but you guys can obviously go ahead and change all of this and randomize all of this. For an example, randomize move PP. A move that might have 5 total uses for a Pokemon could potentially be 40 for no reason because you randomized it. So something to look into if you want to do something like that. Next up will be the trainer Pokemon. The trainers that you will be battling, whether that be your rival, random route trainer, gym leaders, Elite Four, champion, etc. In this case, you can go ahead and randomize because you want them to have random Pokemon as well. You want to be able to go into Route 2 with your level 5, whatever your starter is, let's just say Pidgey for some reason, and battle the first person on that first route. And then for some reason, they've got an Articuno, and it makes no sense whatsoever. That's what you want if you're doing a randomizer, so that's what you would select in this case. You would also want your rival to carry out the starter that they select. So you will randomize the 3 starters in the beginning, they will pick their starter, they will hold on to that Pokemon starter throughout the entire story. I love that aspect, leave it on if you enjoy it as well. Also, you can put it to where they don't get legendaries. I think that's no fun, don't do it. Also, no early Wonder Guard, I guess you can select that way you don't get screwed once you get into the first gym and for some reason they have Wonder Guard. So I guess you could select that if you would like to. For some reason you can also randomize trainer names and their classes. This doesn't really affect anything if you ask me, leave it as is. The one that we're all waiting for, wild Pokemon. Obviously, leave it on random. There's other options, but just leave it on random, it's the best one. And then in this case you can do additional rules to where there's none, or similar strength to the original Pokemon of that route. Catch 'em all mode, which I believe doesn't let a Pokemon be randomized to the same Pokemon continuously. I think with this one, let me just read it real quick. I think it might do it to where every Pokemon you see is one you haven't seen before. And then, I don't know what this last one is, I never touch it. Normally, I leave it on none. As for everything else, maybe set the minimum catch rate to a 2. In case you get a legendary early on, it's not as hard to catch, especially since you only get 5 Pokeballs off rip. This might help you out a little bit if you want to cheat a little. Normally, I'll leave it at 1, but up to you. To each their own. Ooh, lastly, I didn't mention this. Randomize held items. This might be kind of dope. Also, ban bad items. So this way, they'll be holding items that you might be able to utilize once you catch a Pokemon. That could be pretty cool. TMs and HMs, we can go ahead and randomize those. And then, hold on, let me see what this says. If you select this option, every Pokemon will learn every HM regardless of any other options you check. Interesting. So if you select this, I never utilize it, obviously. Any Pokemon will be able to learn all the HMs that you need to get through the story. So I guess that could be kind of dope. As for TM HM compatibility, leave it alone. Move tutor, leave it alone. Basically just randomize that and go from there. Alright, so next up we're going to go ahead and go to the field items. Randomize, ban bad items. Always select it, always do it. Instead of getting a potion, you might get a Master Ball. But also ban bad items, because instead of getting a potion early on, which could be useful, you might get a... I was trying to think of a berry and I couldn't think. Chesto Berry, which, while useful, not as useful as a potion might be. You get what I'm saying. Randomize it, bad items, get rid of them. And for miscellaneous tweaks, faster text is always good. Lowercase Pokemon names, preference of yours. Randomize catching tutorial, doesn't matter. Ban lucky eggs, utilize that if you need to. Once we're done though, next up we're gonna go ahead and save settings. Hold on. Randomize save right here. And we're gonna save it under the Pokemon Soul Silver. And I will name it Soul Silver Random, since I already have other files on there as well. And save that. Once that is done, it might take a minute. We did do a lot of changes. Save log, I'm gonna go ahead and select no. We don't need it. But randomization complete, seed details, random seed, right there for you. And we can just go ahead and select done. And now that that's finished, it unselects the ROM. There's nothing on here. You can go ahead and randomize something else if need be. And basically go ahead and go to your Desmumi and select the ROM that you just did, in this case SS Random, and it'll open up the game file for you with all the settings you just selected. I'm gonna rush through to the 3 starters so you guys can see that it is randomized, and yeah, we'll go from there, I guess. Alright, I guess I'm gonna have to show you guys this anyway. So I'm a boy, please tell me your name, please space sub. if you haven't already, please subscribe. It helps me out. But we'll go ahead and advance. And hopefully everything seems to be working correctly. I believe that it is. So I'll go ahead and zoom through to those Pokemon. I guess not those Pokemon. The Pokemon Lab. Out of here. We don't need to do this, but I'll do it anyways just to reminisce. What's good? What are you staring at? And then I get kicked to the curb. It is what it is as well. We'll go this way. Somebody's got to stop me. Wait, please sub. You heard her. Wait, please sub right now. Down below. Leave a like while you're there. It helps me out. Do what do you think you're doing? I read that completely wrong. Yes, I get it. I get it. We have to go into the actual lab and talk to homeboy real quick. Hi, please sub. I've been waiting for you. Do you know anything about my research? You guys have played this game. I'm going to zoom through just so that way we can go ahead and get to the part that we need. We made it to the part that we needed. Touch a Pokeball to see what Pokemon is inside. Pokeball number 1, Duskull. Alright. Pokemon number 2, Silcoon. Not a good one. Pokemon number 3, Sandshrew. So in this case, I feel like Duskull might be the best option. So we're going to go ahead and select him. But I just wanted to go ahead and show you guys that this does work. I showed you all the steps. I did way more details than the original video. And I hope that I just honestly helped you guys out. That's going to be it for this video, I believe. If you need any more help, let me know. Join my Discord server and just send me a message and let me know. I can help you one-on-one. We'll go from there. Hopefully it's not too difficult and you guys can understand everything. All the links will be in the description, as I said. Everything should be solid. Make sure you guys please subscribe if you haven't already. Road to YouTube partner. Also, leave a like. It helps me out. It helps the video. Leave a comment if this helped you as well. Leave a comment saying thank you if that's all you want to say. It helps the video get more recognition. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. I love y'all. Thank you so much. I will be streaming on Kick. Every single Pokemon series that I've got will be live on Kick. I'm actually going to go live right after this. We're continuing our Pokemon Infinite Fusion series. If you guys want to check that out, leave me a follow over there or subscribe here and start watching the series. Episodes 1 through 7 are already out, so you guys can watch those as well. That's going to be it. Like I said, thank you so much. Like, subscribe, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Deuces.